Vallejo, California. A city built for war and left to remember it. For over a century, sailors passed through here. Workers labored in dangerous conditions. Families arrived, left, and disappeared. Some say when a place absorbs enough loss, it doesn't forget. Tonight we explore the echoes that never left, the places where history still lingers and the past refuses to stay silent. These are 8 haunted locations of Vallejo. Mare Island Naval Shipyard was the first permanent U.S. Navy base on the West Coast. At its height, more than 40,000 people worked here. Ships were built for war. Others returned damaged or never returned at all. Industrial accidents were common. Fires, explosions, machinery failures. Lives were claimed quietly, often undocumented. Those who died on the island were often buried nearby, in Mare Island Cemetery, just beyond the shipyard grounds. Rows of weathered headstones mark sailors, workers, and children who never left the island. Today, security guards report shadow figures moving through abandoned officers' quarters. Footsteps echo down hallways sealed for decades. Cold spots appear suddenly, then drift away. Radios malfunction inside certain buildings. Voices cut through static. Many believe the workers never truly left. They simply stayed on shift. The Empress Theatre opened in 1911, during Vallejo's early boom years when sailors, shipyard workers, and travelers filled the downtown streets at night. Originally a vaudeville house, it hosted live music, comedians, and traveling performers, many of whom stayed for weeks, living and rehearsing inside the building. As the decades passed, the theater changed with the city. Vaudeville faded. Silent films arrived. Then, burlesque and adult performances followed. Some performers lived upstairs above the stage. A few died young. Others disappeared from records entirely. After hours, employees report unexplained activity. A woman in early 1900s clothing near the stairwell. Children's laughter when the building is empty. Props shifting backstage. Doors opening and closing on their own. Some staff describe standing alone on stage, feeling watched, as if an unseen audience is still waiting. The spirits at the Empress Theatre aren't hostile. They're patient, and they never stopped performing. Before it became a museum, this building served as Vallejo's original city hall and later housed naval and historical records. For decades, it functioned as the center of local government. City officials worked here. Naval administrators passed through. Documents were signed, orders issued, and disputes settled within these walls. Decisions were made here that affected thousands. Careers ended. Lives changed. Today, visitors report footsteps pacing empty rooms, doors opening and closing on their own, voices coming from areas that should be vacant. Books have fallen from shelves without explanation. Lights flicker where wiring has been inspected repeatedly. Some believe the building absorbed the weight of authority and memory. Not ghosts trapped in one moment, but echoes, still moving through the halls. St. Vincent Ferrer Catholic Church is one of Vallejo's oldest surviving structures, standing since 1855. For generations, it has been a place of faith, refuge, and mourning. Baptisms, weddings, funerals, all passing through its doors for over a century. During Vallejo's early years, the church served shipyard workers and immigrant families. Many lived with dangerous labor and uncertain futures. Funerals were frequently held here during times of industrial accidents, illness, and war. Over the years, parish members and caretakers have reported unexplained activity after hours. Footsteps echo through the nave when the building is empty. Lights turn on by themselves. Whispered prayers are heard near the pews late at night. Some claim to have seen shadowy figures linger near the altar. Others describe a heavy, watchful presence. Not threatening, but unmistakable. For a place meant to offer peace, many say it feels weighted by what it has witnessed. As if the walls remember every prayer spoken and every grief left behind. Carquinez Cemetery sits on a quiet hillside overlooking the strait. Established in the mid-1800s, it became one of Vallejo's earliest burial grounds, serving the city during its formative years. Many of Vallejo's first residents are buried here. Pioneers, sailors, railroad workers, and immigrant families who helped shape the city, then faded from public memory. Some graves belong to children who did not survive illness or accidents. Others mark lives cut short by dangerous labor and uncertain conditions along the waterfront and rail lines. Weathered headstones lean at odd angles, their inscriptions softened by time. Names once spoken daily now pass unnoticed by those who walk the grounds. Visitors report sudden drops in temperature, even on warm days. The sound of footsteps crunching gravel when no one is nearby, and the persistent feeling of being watched while moving between the older plots. Some claim figures appear near headstones at dusk, standing still only to vanish when approached. The cemetery grows especially quiet as the sun begins to set. The air feels heavier. Movement slows, as if something here is aware of the day ending and waiting for night to fully arrive. The Vallejo Masonic Temple was built in the early 20th century, during a time when secrecy, ritual, and symbolism were central to the organization. Meetings were held behind closed doors, ceremonies conducted out of public view. Some members reportedly died inside the building. Others dedicated decades of their lives to it, only to vanish from records once their service ended. Over the years, visitors and staff have reported footsteps on upper floors long after hours. Doors opening on their own. A heavy, watchful presence in ceremonial rooms. Lights have been seen turning on in sealed areas. Voices heard where no one should be. Many believe the building remembers its rituals, and whatever was sworn inside its walls never truly left. Lake Herman Road looks ordinary. A quiet stretch of pavement, far from the city's lights. But on December 20th, 1968, it became the site of the Zodiac Killer's first confirmed murders. A young couple parked here expecting privacy. Instead, they were confronted in the dark. Gunshots broke the silence. By morning, fear had settled into the landscape and never fully left. Drivers today describe an unnatural stillness after sunset. Figures near the roadside, seen only briefly. Fog that rolls in without warning. Cars stall. Radios fall silent. Those who stop don't stay long. and when they leave, the pressure lifts, as if the road allows it. Lake Herman Road doesn't feel haunted. It feels alive and aware. Blue Rock Springs Park is quiet, almost peaceful. But on the night of July 4th, 1969, that calm was broken. A young couple was attacked while parked here. The assault was later claimed by the same individual responsible for the murders at Lake Herman Road, the Zodiac Killer. One victim survived. One did not. The crime confirmed Vallejo was no longer dealing with an isolated event, but a devastating pattern. Visitors today report an overwhelming sense of unease after sunset. Car doors unlocking on their own. Footsteps approaching, then stopping. The park closes at night, but many believe something always remains. Vallejo doesn't advertise its hauntings. They linger in shipyards and cemeteries, in halls of power, in churches and temples, on roads and in parks, waiting. And sometimes, they're closer than you think. Have you experienced anything paranormal in Vallejo? Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe for more haunted content. And until next time, have a good night.